Hi friends, I'm Amok, your friend, and today I'm going to explain force and pressure. The concept of force and pressure I'm going to clear today, and I'm a student of 8th standard and I'm just explaining you what I have learned in the school. So friends, starting this video, I want to tell you what this video contains of. This video contains of concept of force, types of force, measurement of force, effects of force, concept of pressure, and liquids exert pressure and atmospheric pressure. Of concept of force, thus a force is a push or pull with an interaction with other object resulting to a movement of the object, changing position, change in shape, change in size, and change in the speed of object. Force is measured in Newton and represented as N. So friends, force. So we have learned now the force can change the direction of the body. So when a football is kicked, the direction of football is changed, and that is the best example for muscular force also. So we have also heard that the force can change the size of the body or the object. That is chapati dough. When you press with the chapati dough, it can change its size and shape, of course, and it can also increase the speed or decrease the speed. Force. The force can change the position as swing. If you swing a little more faster, it can increase its speed. If you run or put the force, you can increase your speed. That is the best example for that force. So another change that force makes is the change of the or the position of the object, change in the position of the object. So of course football is also example for this. When you kick it, it changes its position to the other. So if two forces are acting from one side, if two persons are acting from one side, they are giving the force to the couple from one side, the resultant force is equal to F1 plus F2, that is force 1 and force 2. So in another case, the resultant force, if the two persons are acting between opposite sides, so the force of two are acting between opposite side, the for resultant force may be like F is equal to F1 minus F2, that is F1 is greater than F2 here. We are gonna learn types of forces. So there are two types of forces: contact force and non-contact force. So friends, first we are discussing contact force now. So there are further types in the contact force, that are muscular force and sorry friends, but the second type of contact force is frictional force. So muscular force, what is muscular force? Most of the times when we work, we use our muscular force. So when you kick ball, of course it's a muscular force. When you try to uh, touch something or side it, so that is also a muscular force. So muscular force is a force that is acting between the physical touch or physical property of the two objects. So another we have is frictional force. So we were talking about frictional force. Okay, so the frictional force is very interesting now. So friction, what is friction? The force acting to the opposite, it is opposing the motion of the object. That the opposite motion is known as friction. So all of you have cycles, so they have brakes. They oppose the motion of the tires, they decrease the speed of tires, that is known as frictions. Roads have speed breakers, that is because of friction they decrease the speeds on the ground. Our shoes, soles are little bit hills and valleys, they have hills and valleys that help to interlock each other to stop their speed or decrease their speed, that is known as friction. Non-contact force. So what is non-contact force? Non-contact force is a type of force which is when the force is not put directly or physically. So that comes to the matter of non-contact force. So friends, if we come to the concept of non-contact force, we have furthermore types in it, that is gravitational force, magnetic force and electrostatic force. So what is gravitational force? So when you throw the ball up, the ball comes down. You know, of course, Earth has gravity, and when a object is thrown in the air, it comes downwards because of the gravitational force of Earth. So when we jump, we are coming down immediately. So another type of non-contact force is magnetic force. Of course, you all know magnets. So they attract for the unlike Earth, and they repel in the like side, so like terms of them. So this is another type of non-contact force. It is used in scraps and many electromagnets and many things. So another is electrostatic force. So electrostatic force is a force that is attraction or repulsion between two charged bodies. So you all friends have known experiment of rubbing the comb of on your hairs and the paper. You'll keep a little more distance of the paper and the paper lifts up. This is because electrostatic force. So friends, next we are gonna go to the concept of pressure. What is pressure? Pressure is something acting force per unit. So pressure is nowadays used everywhere. To cut apples, we need pressure. To hammer something, we need pressure. To do everything, most of the things, we need pressure and force, of course. So as force is measured in Newton and the area is meter square, so it is the pressure is known as Newton per meter square. To measure the pressure is also known as 1 Pascal or Pascal. So the pressure is also measured in atmospheric pressure. So next concept is pressure exerted by liquids. So liquids also exert pressure because they are also the fluids. But we can express this or explain this by an activity, that is, take a bottle jar and fill it with water. Make 3 holes with same distance, and you will observe the water at the end will be out at far of that distance, but the hole above that will be little near to the bottle, and the top hole of the bottle will be very near to the bottle, because the pressure exerted at liquids is more. So the pressure exerted in the oceans at the continental crust, so that is about 50 jumbo jets on a person. So the last concept that is atmospheric pressure. So you all know that water exerts pressure, but also air exerts pressure. Yes, of course, air exerts pressure. So atmospheric pressure is a pressure exerted by air to the all things present on the earth is known as atmospheric pressure. It is measured by the barometer. So, atmospheric pressure, measuring atmospheric pressure is very useful for us. It is used in weathercast that the fall of atmospheric pressure predicts us that there is a storm, and the rise of atmospheric pressure predicts us that there is a clear weather. So thank you friends to listen this and view this video. Just I am a student, I am not doing this for my business, and just I am clarifying myself and just helping you.